Greetings. Welcome back to my channel, Lantern Bridge. In this episode, Noel and Void, Christmas Reflections through the Lacanian Mirror, we discuss the birth of Christ, the fracturing of the self, and the death of God. Merry Christmas. Christmas, a time of joy, warmth, and connection, but also a time of reflection, both literal and metaphorical. What if Christmas wasn't just about birth and renewal, but about fragmentation and the search for identity? Today, we'll explore Christmas through the lens of Lecan's concept of the split self and the mirror stage, uncovering the hidden symbolism of the holiday's most cherished imagery. Let's start with Jacques Lecan, the French psychoanalyst who introduced the concept of the mirror stage. In Lacan's view, the mirror stage marks a moment in early development when a child first recognizes their reflection as an image of themselves, a whole, unified being. But here's the catch. This recognition is also a misrecognition. The child identifies with an external image that isn't truly them, creating a fundamental split between their internal reality and their external representation. This split self, the tension between who we are and who we appear, becomes a defining feature of human experience. It's the source of our desires, anxieties, and the endless quest for wholeness. And it's the dynamic that we see echoed in the story of Christmas. The nativity scene with Mary holding the Christ child offers a striking visual metaphor for Lacan's mirror. Jesus, born as both divine and human, embodies the ultimate split self. He is the image of God made flesh, yet fully immersed in human vulnerability. The manger becomes a kind of mirror stage for humanity, a reflection of what we aspire to be, pure, divine, but also a reminder of our fragility and imperfection. Mary, too, represents a fractured identity. She is the archetype of purity and devotion, yet her role as the mother of God places her at the intersection of the divine and the earthly. Through her, we see the tension between the idealized self and the lived reality. Now, let's step back and consider the mirror itself. In Lacanian terms, the mirror isn't just a tool for self-recognition. It's a symbol of how identity is constructed and fragmented. When we look at a nativity scene, we see not just the story of Christ's birth, but a reflection of our own fractured identities. The glowing child in the manger becomes the unattainable ideal, while the cracks in the mirror remind us of the void beneath, the parts of ourselves we can fully never reconcile. This fragmentation isn't just personal, it's cultural. Christmas itself is a fractured holiday, split between the sacred and the secular, the commercial, the material and the spiritual. It's a mirror that reflects our collective desires and contradictions. But here's the paradox. The cracks in the mirror don't just distort, they also reveal. Through the fractures, we catch glimpses of something deeper. A light that shines not just despite our brokenness, but because of it. This, perhaps, is the true message of Christmas. In the birth of Christ, we see not the resolution of the split self, but the embrace of it. The divine becomes human, the infinite becomes finite, and in that union of opposites, we find hope. And yet, this birth is also a precursor of death. Friedrich Nietzsche declared the death of God, a statement not of triumph, but of profound loss. This idea resonates with the Nativity in unexpected ways. The birth of Christ foreshadows a future sacrifice, a rupture in the divine order that leads to God's death on the cross. In Lacanian terms, this death shatters the ultimate big other, the guarantor of meaning and stability. But from this rupture, something new emerges. The possibility of meaning born not from an external authority, but from within the cracks of our own existence. Christmas becomes a mirror reflecting this paradox, the birth of hope in the shadow of loss, the divine fragmented into human hands. As we celebrate Christmas, let's remember that its beauty lies not in perfection, but in its cracks. It's the shattered fragments of our lives and identities that we find the light of connection and meaning. This Christmas, take a moment to look into your own mirror and embrace the reflections, both whole and fragmented, of who you are. And through those cracks, see the light of possibility born from the void. Thank you.